Hello everyone, and welcome back to tomorrow's weather today. I want to start off this video by apologizing for not having a video yesterday, which was important for me, but I was very busy yesterday and did not have time to make a video. But Isaias is now, as of 11 a.m., is an 80 mile per hour storm with a pressure of 987 millibars moving to the northwest at 12 miles per hour. This cone hasn't been updated yet for the 11 a.m., but we can see, I don't think there's going to be major changes to it. Um, but there's a chance that this still does make this still makes landfall in Florida, which we won't know until later today or even tonight. If this makes landfall in Florida, it will have less time to maintain over water or even strengthen a little more. And then we're going to see a period of weakening either way as it moves up the coast, the eastern coast. Um, it's more than likely going to make landfall in North Carolina. It still could just slide offshore. But the more east this travels, the more east this is in the cone, the more impacts there will be for the northeast. Basically, for North Carolina and northward. It says forecast to be a hurricane up until Monday morning, and then Monday afternoon weaken to a tropical storm. Um, Looking at satellite, it doesn't look very impressive. This does not look like a healthy 80 mile per hour hurricane. Um, we can see it's very dry on the southern side. We can see that in water vapor too, with all these dark shades of brown or gray right there. On water vapor, we can see the that upper level high pressure right there that we were talking about the last few days, and Isaias is on the western side of that. But going back to uh, visible satellite, we can see that outflow expanding down in those directions. You don't really see it over here. That's due to the shear, and this dry air is being put, and these thunderstorms can't develop over here because one of dry air, um, and this southwesterly shear that we have that we've been talking about. You can see the low-level clouds though. You can still see that outflow right there actually, because the outflow clouds are at its highest level of the atmosphere. So here's 1,000 millibars. Outflow starts at about 200 and goes up to 100. And this shear is taking place in between, in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. So that's why we still see that outflow right there, but no thunderstorm activity. Shear is expected to remain moderate to heavy over the next few days as it moves up the coast, and not expected to get any better. Going over to the GFS model, we can let me take the eastern U.S. view. We can see on 250 millibars the winds. We can see this trough right in here, this very large trough in the central United States. And we'll start to see a jet max or a jet trying to form with it. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. At this forecast hour, we can see the forecast hour 6. We can see this jet developing with this upper level trough, which this is the storm is now moving this in direction, and so is the upper level winds. So it shouldn't be that bad of shear at this point, and this might even give it some helpful outflow, help the storm breathe a little more. So the GFS brings it into South Carolina and then through Virginia into New Jersey on this particular model run. And going back to the National Hurricane Center for U.S. potential rainfall, It's actually looking like Jersey will get the most rainfall out of this, 4 to 6 inches possible, because the heaviest rain will remain offshore of Florida as the system is weighted on the western side. The center's like somewhere over here, um, and this all the heaviest rain is on the eastern side. So that's going to keep the heaviest rains offshore. It's going to keep the heaviest rains offshore, but a good 2 to 4 inches still will fall, which will cause some flooding problems. And we can see 2 to 4 inches all the way from Florida. This is even a spot of 4 to 6. But we can see that 2 to 4 all the way up to Maine, hitting South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, Delmarva, New Jersey, New York, PA, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New Hampshire. Vermont, New Hampshire, um, and Maine. But it looks like there will be a swath of 4 to 6 inches for New Jersey, from all the way down from Maryland to Connecticut. And looking at storm surge watches and warnings up for Florida, at the most 2 to 4 feet as of right now. This could increase to 3 to 5 feet. I would not be surprised, or 4 to 6 feet. But we can see down here from North Miami to Jupiter, you can see 1 to 3, and then 2 to 4 all the way up to Ponte Verde Beach. So I believe that is it for today's video. Just a quick update on Isaias. I do expect this to be a... Alright, so this is the new cone actually. Still the same for Florida, but it looks like more of it is inland for North Carolina. So I'm expecting major impacts, especially with rain as you move up the eastern coast. But that is it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you never miss a new video, and I will see you all tomorrow.